Mrs. Van Meter, or not Van
Yeah,
Meter,
that's
Vandermill.
me.
Oh my gosh.
That's why she can introduce herself.
Kylie's my daughter.
Yeah.
Just say, so, Mrs. V, introduce yourself.
Okay. Mrs. V, why don't you introduce yourself to these lovely people?
My name is Debbie Vandermill, and I teach at North Knox Junior Senior High School. I teach band and choir and general music to grades 7 through 12.
That's really interesting. And as we all know, you hosted the Festival of Bands this year for North Knox. So how did you like doing it?
It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of work that went into it, but the final concert turned out great.
Would you do it again?
Each school that's in the festival, there's 7 area schools that come together to make it happen. It rotates from school to school, so every 7 years it's North Knox's turn.
And I noticed some people had some questions. Who was the guest conductor?
Dr. John Nuarta from UIndy. He's a professor of music there.
That's really interesting, and that's a good opportunity for a lot of students who don't normally get the chance to talk to a college professor very often.
Yes, it was a wonderful day. He interacted well with the students, and the music was very good.
Mr. Miller and I were there. We noticed that the band had practiced really, really hard, and they performed just as well as any orchestra would.
Thank you. We all, the 7 directors come together to select all of the music in August, and then we have a meeting in September where we decide where each student is going to sit, because part of the idea behind Festival of Bands was to bring band kids from other schools together. So instead of it being just random, we choose what chair every student is going to sit in. So we alternate. Every school gets a first chair on a certain instrument, and then like the percussion assignments, every school gets to play snare drum on something, every school gets to play bass drum on something, so that kids have the most out of the opportunity.
Okay, that's all the questions I memorized. Sorry.
You can pull it up.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Okay.
cut around everything that's bad.
I may not even make the final cut, who knows?
What was your favorite part about hosting the event and the event itself?
My favorite part. I think the interaction that everybody got to have with other musicians. So it's good for all of the directors to come together, because then we realize that some of the things that we're seeing, other teachers are seeing and dealing with, and so we can problem solve with one another. I think it's good for the students to know that they're not the only people who are passionate about music and who love to play their instrument, because then they can see, oh, there's kids from these other schools that are just like us. Because sometimes when you're a music student in your high school, nobody else is really very interested except for the other music students in your high school. So I think it's nice to come together and see that people from other schools that are musicians are exactly the same.
Ms. V, thank you for your time here. Thank you for answering our, I guess, very interrogating questions. And have a fantastic day.
Thank you.
That wasn't, it was true, but that wasn't what I was going to talk about. Let's just make sure we're talking everything there. Yeah, what were we going to say? No, it's pretty good. That's pretty good. Excellent. But these are all really good things. I was going to say you read it too long. The first couple times we did this, you literally all played it. Dee da, dee da da da, dee da da da, dee what you just did is like you played all 4 bars at one breath. That's the way it needs to be. Wow. Do it that way all the time. Here's everybody at 100. Thank you. Ready? 100. 1, 2, 100, and go. Thank you. That was awesome. Very, very good.
Hi, I'm Elijah. This is our wonderful guest. Will you please introduce yourself?
My name is Cameron Ravalette. I play the flute in the North Knox High School band.
That's interesting. So the flute, I'm not that acquainted with instruments, but it's a lot more delicate than a lot of the others, right?
Yeah.
Where you have to be more precise in your movements and I guess have the lung capacity to do it. So what was it like playing in the Festival of Bands?
It was fun, enjoyable. I'd say that if it happened again, I'd do it. Last time I got sick a year ago, so I couldn't attend it, and I tried my best to do it this year.
Did you, like, what was your favorite part about it?
I have to say my favorite part is probably certain musics and certain parts of certain musics as well. But I enjoyed the director very much.
He's really charismatic with the way he spoke, and he was really assertive and confident. If you had any problems at all with it, or any complaints, what would they be?
If I had any complaints, I'd say that I went too fast.
That's solid. Did you make any new friends while you were there?
Not necessarily.
That's all I got. That's all I can improv. What was your favorite piece of music that you played?
Halcyon Hearts. Man, I can't really explain that to you.
Explain the song.
What, you want me to say eighth note?
So what were your feelings before and after the Festival of Bands?
Before the festival, I was a little nervous because this is my second time in front of a crowd of such magnitude. And after the event, I was a bit more confident in myself.
What was the most difficult song that you guys played together?
The incredible parts in Pixar, mainly the eighth notes portion. None of us could get it down on the first, second, or most of our tries, but we had to try harder during it in the festival. Our favorite song might have been, forgot the name of it. Oh, Cave You Fear. Never mind. I remember it.
Was that the one with all the kind of different noises?
Yeah, with all the different noises, the lion's roar.
Yeah, that one. That was really loud.
Yeah, it was meant to be. It was supposed to be something that you'd hear that would be somehow in a cave. It was interesting to be there with all that going on, since we didn't really have it here when we were doing it in concert.
What would you say was the simplest piece you played?
Cave.
So the cave one was your favorite and the simplest at the same time?
Yeah. It's mainly simpler than everything else because we played it before. And
Wait, you guys played the other songs without having practiced them before?
we have played them here, practicing them for festival when the instructor wasn't here. But we just played Cave during a concert a couple weeks prior before the festival, so we had a bit more chances at that than everything else.
Either way, it's really impressive how you guys orchestrated together really well and were able to perform with a large crowd. And you could tell the director was impressed as well with how you guys played. So Cameron, would you do it again?
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, it's a simple question, simple answer.
Okay.
Every day.
Does anyone else have a burning question?
What was your favorite song, like, over all the years? What was your favorite song?
Oh, over all of them, the Ratatouille part in Pixar.
Cameron, thank you so much for coming. We enjoyed interviewing you and I guess interrogating you CIA style, the waterboarding and everything.
Okay, buddy.
So again, thank you for your time.
Hey, you're welcome.